Everybody's doing fine and in the best of health, of course. Um, I'm here to do my second interview with an artist, Twizzle underscore DFM, straight out of the Caribbean islands, of course. So, yeah, that's where we at, guys. So they gotta see it headed to the top, so they wanna kick it lonely at the bottom. Put in here, cricket on my way to work, couldn't buy a ticket. Thinking about that paper, how I'm gonna get it. Peter got a bag, how I gotta live it. Rich, we taking shots, that is how we get it. Never skinny jeans, only rock to fit it. Ain't no bread to eat, so I'm drinking water. Keep it cheap, you don't want no drama. We the live just now with an artist. Chester Dancehall UK. Mad ass artist, like the interview was lit just now. It was so lit. I was a tad late, but sometimes that will happen. So I'm about to do my second interview with an artist, Twizzle. Venus blesses itself. Everybody that's on the live blesses yourself. Let me turn this music a little bit down. The artist is on the live, but I'm just going to run his tune for a minute, so y'all can get a little feeling of what, normally my music will be louder, but my speaker is missing, so we just go deal with what we have now. One of my favorite songs from the artist is called, that's the second song that's going to play for this one. Sorry if I kind of basically forgot the name of it. But, yeah, I like the song. The artist is on the live. I'll add him in a minute. I'm just, like, running this tune. So you guys, it's a different flow that most of y'all used to. Y'all mostly the reggae dancehall interviews. But this is a whole different genre. It's more like a rap genre, which sometimes you gotta switch it up, of course. And yeah, that's my song. I like the song. Just gotta keep pushing by any means. I could really tell you about them sacrifices. Yeah, sacrifices. That's the name of the song. So much lessons learned. I swear this shit is priceless. Investments just to get me out this crisis. Trust no man, cause they even like who prices. Basic, I don't focus on enticing. Good night, Travel. Sometimes she got a priceless. When they suckers say they really just be typing. Mention my name, they be like I don't even like him. Gone too far to be looking back in the rear. I'm good, are you? I'm a this for the clear view, talking negative, I can't hear you. I be seeing shit but don't hear you. People call you fake when they fear you and start showing love when they near you. I'm just running to the artist scene so y'all can get a feel. Do not speak when I hit it. I only listen to the enemy. I never order me. If you wasn't down, it used to bother me. I'm a cancer show and love is hard for me. But if you get it, I go hard for thee. If I cut you off, no apology. I'm done making sacrifices if it ain't evolving me. Cause when the tables turn, they won't involve me. I could really tell you about them sacrifices. If you've been there, then you know how hard this life is. Got so much lessons learned, I swear this shit is priceless. Couple investments just to get me out this crisis. Trust no man, cause they even lie to prices. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and add the artist, of course. Twizzle in the building. Trying to get the bag, I can't be focused on a dummy. You so worried what a brother got. You ain't getting no money, ain't no stopping, no one. Alright, let me stop the tune. Done. Good night. Okay, it's night for me, it's afternoon for you. Guys, this is the actual spelling on the YouTube is, or I mean on IG is Twizzle underscore DSM, but y'all gonna hear me just use a Twizzle the whole night instead of the rest of the engine search. The name, yeah, guys, this is the artist. He used to live in Holland, moved back to his native place
I think I don't want to make a mistake, but I think. But if you would like to go ahead and introduce yourself to my audience that doesn't know who you are, of course, and yeah, your people don't know who you are, so you can just go ahead and introduce yourself.
Is that so? Well, good night, Brenda.
You can
Glad
do
to be on the show tonight. This is your boy Twizzle, straight out of the island Saint Eustatius in the Dutch Caribbean. Like Brenda said, I just moved back down here last year, September. Was living in Netherlands for like 12 years. I was actually born there, so I was back and forth from the Netherlands to Statia to back there again. So good to be back home right now. And yeah, your boy is a hip hop artist. Been doing this since 2009 right now officially. And yeah, just glad to keep it pushing, learn everything about the music business, and yeah, just build up this empire.
nice, nice, nice. So, we just going. I'm sorry about being late. Like I called you and told you the reason for me running. Like I was like 5 minutes, 6 minutes late, but I don't like to be late. So I apologize for that, of course. And guys, meanwhile you're on the live, you could just go ahead and follow the artist, or if you could go ahead and follow me. Yeah, thank you for being on this platform. Like I found you on IG through several people. Somebody had tagged me to your page, and I went on there and I checked it out, and I saw that we have mutual friends, and I'm like, okay, let's check out what you're working with. And I'm okay. Yeah, I like the difference because most people would think my platform is basically all reggae or dancehall, which is actually not. I'm not trying to put it in a box.
Okay.
I interview any artist from Afrobeat. It doesn't matter. I will interview as long as I think you're a good artist. I will go ahead and do an interview with you. It don't have to be the typical reggae dancer because I'm Jamaican. People expect that's all I'm going to be interviewing, but no, that's not what my platform is about. Um, definitely. I saw that I had an interview with JD Chris. I saw that you guys are also friends on IG. So basically, I'm like, you know what? Let's go ahead and give you an interview, or at least I send you the invitation and you accepted, which I appreciate it. So yeah, thank you again for being on Net Jam 2021, and sorry for being
Likewise.
late. So I'm just going to jump in the question, and basically what I normally do after the interview is finished, I will give you the floor. If you want, you could wrap whatever. You don't have to because it's not a must, but you could give them a little bit of a freestyle as you must if you want. You don't have to again because I'm not trying to put no pressure on anybody like that because we're basically here just to do a bunch of promotion on your EP, album, single, whatever you got going on. So
Yeah.
no, we're not gonna chat away because sometimes when I start chatting, like ain't no stopping. I'm gonna stop myself and go back to my questions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, what makes you want to become an artist, and how long you've been in the business?
Um, what made me want to become an artist is really just listening to a lot of hip hop music, uh, seeing how you could express the wordplay, your story with a bit of punchlines into it. I love
Yeah,
the wordplay, and yeah, I just love the whole business model of it as well. The more I learn about the business, the more I enjoy getting to know more about it and doing it myself as well. So uh, I've been starting since like 2009. Since then, I've been just no breaks, literally no breaks.
and that's the way
So
to do it.
yeah, so from then it's just been, just keeping it moving, drop some mixtapes here and there, the remixes like everyone would do on YouTube, SoundCloud, different websites. Back then you had like the downloadable links through Mediafire, so I would send that out on MSN Messenger. So yeah, it's been really a grind so far, since 2009 to now. Uh, just learning everything that comes with it, from distribution to the marketing to the publishing to everything, to even making the content for the Instagram pages and everything. So
True.
it's really nice. It's really nice to see the process when I look back at it.
Okay, okay. Let me ask you this. Since you moved back to your native place, have you noticed any difference within your creative process um from when you was
Yeah.
here to back home? Have you seen any like drastic changes? Do you think you were better when you was there, or you have a better outlook in being a musician than when you was here? Because sometimes we know Holland is kind of, if you're not rapping Dutch and if you're not in
Yeah.
certain circle, you don't get the recognition you deserve as a fairly good artist. We know that because I had an interview with JD and I'm telling him, if you was rapping Dutch, you'd have probably, people would have known you more than they know you now because you're rapping English, and it sounds too hardcore and it sounds too rough. You won't get signed
Yeah.
to a label here in Holland because Holland, I think, is a little bit soft, a little bit pussy. Sorry to put it that way, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, what would what's your difference? What's the difference between when you was here and being back home?
I never really leave the language or anything or the style be a problem because when I'm back home, people be like, "Nah, you gotta bring some more of the dance hall reggae." When I in
Yeah,
Holland, people just love the English. Most of the people that I know hear my music in the Netherlands always loved it because it was English. They didn't like the Dutch music. So seeing that also most people in the Netherlands love American artists. They don't really vibe too much. It's mostly the young teenage 12-year-olds that really rock with the Dutch hip hop. So for me, the most thing that changed since I come back down officially here a year now, um, is mainly the work ethic. I get a lot more done right now for the past year than I did in Holland because in the Netherlands, you really live in a cycle, Monday to Friday and
yeah,
weekend,
yes,
you're here and there, but it's really just a cycle on the island life now. I really get to zone out a bit, really
yes,
focus on
yes.
the next move and actually see it happening. In the Netherlands, I ain't say it was impossible, but like over there more for is the networking. There I could really go meet some people at certain labels or different artists at a
Yes,
festival
yes.
or link up with new fans daily. So that is one positive aspect about
Moving
Europe,
back
as
home.
well as
Yes.
also traveling over there in Belgium, France as well. Like when I went over to my boy NG Black, I see he on the live right now as well. Going over there to perform, those are stuff that I miss Europe for as well. But as far as over here, my audience really been always targeted to America, mainly because it's America. And I always got this saying, local praise foreign always. So if I'm here on the island, I know they don't worry with that, especially because of the genre. So, I look out for outside. When I'm in the Netherlands, I know they ain't worrying with you because you're right there with them. So
True, true,
then
true.
it's America. So America always been my main focus, even when I run the ads. But when I'm present in that place locally, you're definitely gonna see me popping out and putting on a show regardless.
Yes, definitely, definitely. Okay. What is your what inspire you to be the artist that you are now? And would inspire, it could basically be that you going back home give you more of a drive, a push than you was here. It could be simply your mom, your brother, your sister, a friend. It doesn't matter what inspire you to go hard within the music industry.
Yeah, mainly just life growing up. Going to school, I study IT, but from the first year, I already know that wasn't going to be something I'm going to be doing for life. And I've been on to a lot of different entrepreneur stuff as well. So, um, having that entrepreneur mindset, I always know that I never was really going to be stuck on that 95 life. So,
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
knowing that I know music, like, for my part as an upcoming artist, like a lot better than the average artist. I really look into the music business, see what's needed, get everything done. Even if it's gonna take me a next year to get a budget right for the marketing, we're gonna get
Yeah.
it done. So
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, for me, knowing how I grew up as well, my father lived in Holland still in the Netherlands.
Okay. Okay.
Um, here in 2000 with my mom and my little bro. So it wasn't until after high school I actually went to college in the Netherlands. So it always been that half and half, either staying by my mother, then in the Netherlands by my dad until I went on my own. But
Mhm.
yeah, just knowing the 9 to 5 life that they went through, for me, it was like, nah, we gotta change that. So, whether we're doing business or business and music or whatever it takes to just make that change, we're gonna
Yeah,
break that
yeah,
cycle.
yeah,
So yeah,
definitely,
that was the
definitely.
main thing for me, and knowing that I got the talent with music, I just keep it pushing regardless, because we gotta get it by any means.
All right, all right, all right. Let me ask you this: what musician? It doesn't have to be a rap musician. Have to be dancehall or reggae or any genre, any specific genre. But what artists do you admire or would you like to do a collaboration with at this point in your career?
Mm, I'd say it would either be like Cassidy or Crooked I, who now named Pink Crooked, or Kevin Gates, something in that genre, like a Kendrick Lamar, something like that.
Okay, okay. Cassidy. God damn, what happened to that nigga? I haven't heard shit about Cassidy in forever. I know he still writes and produces, but he haven't put out anything
He's
for
still
himself.
dropping the banners though. He's still there.
I know he's still there, but he haven't put out any music for himself. He's behind the scene. That I do know. He's
Yeah,
still
yeah,
behind the
yeah,
scene.
yeah.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Those are some good artists. Like a lot of people probably don't know who Cassidy is, but if you remember back then, Cassidy was in a
Hustle.
place together with Nas and P Diddy them from back then. So yeah. All right, all right. I like that. I like that. Let me ask you this, yeah? As a artist that you're fairly new within the business, even though you've been in their business from 2009. Um, you're not fully established where the world knows your name, put it that way. Um, what would you do to try and change that, or what are you doing to trying to bring yourself out there for the world to know who Twizzle is? What are
Yeah.
your main point to establish yourself?
Well, right now I'm working with a team from Atlanta, artist development company, Wealth Nation, that really putting me on to get to
Okay,
that next level.
okay,
We
okay.
right now pushing a single through a major label, Sony Wealth Nation. So that's the single Street Code, which we now pushing. We really getting it on several radio stations, getting a lot of radio play, um, pushing the Spotify had, as well as the YouTube video that I put together. So
Nice.
that was mainly the first step now in this next level that I'm on, a bigger budget as far as marketing, the biggest budget I ever spent investment wise on the music. Um, but that definitely is the next move. And as far as really what I plan for after that is, take it to a next level,
Got it.
a bigger investment, um,
Got it.
and also just do more Facebook ads and stuff, to really get it out there.
Promote yourself. Promote yourself. I always say that the more you promote you, the more people will know who you are. Most definitely. All right. Let me ask you this. What message would you give to one of your peers or a fan that's been following your career from then till now? What message would you give to them or an upcoming artist that's just been in the business for the last year, 2 years? What advice would you give to them?
Uh, Definitely take all the information from those who've been there before, the mistakes as well as the good things, because you could pick sense out of nonsense. And yeah, definitely just try it out yourself. Every lane is different. Somebody might blow up through TikTok challenge, but the next one might be off of a remix. So you don't know your lane until you step into it and try it yourself. So don't think you just gotta do what the next man doing.
That's true. That's true right there. You don't have to follow nobody, be you and stay true to
Yeah.
yourself. Okay. How would you describe the type of music that you make? Do you think you could, like in the beginning, you just said that people are expecting you to go more of a reggae, Caribbean style flow. Do you think you could make an album that's just basically based on the Caribbean flow? Because the Caribbean flow, it could be soca, it could be reggae, it could be dancehall. 'Cause we know, even though it's versatile, When you hear Caribbean,
Hmm.
people think of reggae, dancehall, and soca. That's the genre they put most Caribbean in. As a rap artist, do you think you're versatile enough to switch up?
Yeah. I have songs where once in a while you might hear me go into a little more dance hall flow. Uh, I've done a soup tune before, for example, where it's mainly when another artist brings it to my table, then I would step out of my lane. But
Comfort zone, yeah.
right now, this right here working for me, so I'm gonna do me. If someone else wants to bring it out, or if there's a need for me to say like, hey, let's bring out something soca, I will do it, But other than that, definitely gonna stay in my lane because I know that is what the people know me for.
Yeah.
So, but to just drop the pants and then they start trashing the comment section and stuff. So other than that, I still can step into that lane.
Yeah.
I love reggae music for sure. It definitely has that conscious vibe, dance hall as well. Soca gonna be tricky because I love wordplay, and to me, my honest opinion, soca is very basic when it comes to the wordplay. So it's more rhyming, if you would say.
But you just say,
Uh,
but you could say the same thing about reggae or dancehall because it's like it's still this one. It's like a one jump beat where like, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. It's like you can't go wrong with both or with all
yeah,
three
but when
genres.
you hear guys like for example with dancehall, you have Five Cartel who have a lot of wordplay in his music,
True.
and then on
But Mike
reggae,
Cartel got bars. He got lyrics. He's a lyricist, so you can't even use him.
reggae. So then you have like reggae dance hallish. You have a guy named Kambata. He definitely has a lot of wordplay as well. Damian Marley as well. A lot of different styles,
Yeah.
different messages in the music. So it's definitely something I could step into that lane, but for now we here.
Okay, but all right. Let me ask you this, or let me put it this way: as a rap artist, and this is what I mostly ask the rappers, like
Yeah.
for you to venture out of your lane, like you said, you're trying to stay in your own lane, but for you to get out of that lane, you're not only gaining more fans from the soca side or from the reggae or the dancehall, it just means that you're versatile, so you can switch up if you have to. Like you said, if an artist comes to you with like a reggae or a dancehall beat, you could jump on it and you could basically do that. But I think as an artist, you can't just stick to just one genre of music. Like I'm a
Yeah.
rap artist, I'm gonna stick to rap because that's what I'm good at. I think
Yeah. Yeah.
if you put out an album, drop a little bit of soca in that bitch, drop a little reggae, a little dancehall, make because a lot of people don't like rap. I've been
True
listening to
that.
rap since forever. So there's some artists that I like their song as a rapper, and I'm not saying that I like every regular or dancehall artist because I don't. Because to me,
Yeah.
some of these upcoming dancehall artists is just pure rubbish. But who am I to say that because I don't sing and I don't rap? But my ears can tell the difference. So I think as a rap artist, I think you should, and that's just me telling you, you don't have to listen to me. Who the hell am I? But I think you should
Yeah.
come out of your comfort zone, get out of your comfort zone. Because again, the music industry is such a broad horizon that you just staying into the rap lane is it could be a good thing because that's what you're good at, but it's not always a positive thing to just stay in the rap zone. You understand? Because like
Yeah.
I've spoken to rap artists that don't speak reggae or don't speak Jamaican language, which patois is not even a language, it's a dialect. And but they could switch that shit up if they have to. You understand? So from me to you, sticking in your lane can be good, but it's not always a good thing. As a rap
Mhm.
artist, I think you and somebody from the islands, you could switch it up. You basically could switch it up because you got that island flow, you got that island accent. When you're rapping,
Yeah.
just drop it, look with that island flow and the thing and it's up. But anyways, let me get back to my question. Um, what do you do when it comes to you write your own songs, right? You write your own
Yeah.
you write your own lyrics and I see that you have your I'm not sure if it's a label, but you got your own logo, which is dark something. I don't what
That's music.
dark arts or dark music?
Dark Side Music.
Okay. So guys, that is it a record label or is just a logo, your logo?
No, it's really a label. So
Is it your label or because I don't want to get it.
no, my
It's your label.
yeah,
Kudos to you, man. That's real good. So people, the artist also got his own label. Um, I think you could go ahead and tag that label in it too, or I'll do it for you in a minute. I think we start following each other on the label profile since yesterday, so I'll tag it in there. Um, all right. You're an independent artist, right? So you're basically not signed to anybody.
mm-mm.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you this. Being an independent artist and having your own label, how how is that going so far? And do you have artists yourself that's signed to your label, or you're just basically just working on you?
Well, I had a couple artists that from the island that not really signed. I just had them with me
Working.
working,
Yeah.
uh, going as we go with the label. Uh, but other than that, I never really signed anyone. Right now, it's just me and my brother really pushing everything independently. He does most of the video work, some of the photography content, uh, and as far as the music business itself, I handle that.
Okay. So like the copyrights and stuff like
Yeah,
that, like you got that on lock because we don't know as an artist, you have to make sure your copyright is up and what's yours is yours and nobody can take that shit away from you. Period.
yeah,
All
exactly.
right.
And these days, you can get done digitally, so it makes it easier.
Online. Within 5 minutes, you're signed up to one of those company and your shit, what's yours is yours. All right, let me ask you this. Um, did you did your style evolve since you started within the business 2009? Have you evolved from then since now? Basically with your songwriting, your flows, your style, your rhymes. Do you think you have evolved since then?
Yeah, a
And
lot.
what made you think that you have evolved from when you started till now? It could be songwriting, it could be vocal, it could basically be anything.
Yeah. I would say definitely the songwriting aspect of it that has changed. The flow, the sound not so much. I added some more melodies to it as well, but as far as sound, you could still hear if you listen to old songs, you could hear me directly. Um, Maybe a little heavier voice, but other than that, it's really into the writing. I changed that up a good bit. Um, it's more relatable as well, and people can really see themselves in a lot more scenarios, especially when they listen to the song. Like you grasp onto sacrifices very quick, so um, it's something everybody could relate to, even if it's
Yes.
not the same subject or the
Nope.
same lifestyle.
Yes. It don't have to be the
Everybody,
same content. It's just that like it's your testimony and sometimes people could relate to like, yeah, we've been there, we've done it. Yes, most
exactly.
definitely. Okay, okay. Um, who do you see? And maybe that's not the right word or not the right content to put it in, but that's the way I wrote it down. Who do you see yourself as your main competitor? And maybe competitor is not the right word, but who gives you that drive to make you want to be the best you? Which artist? It don't have to be an artist. It could also be a family member that gives you the push, the drive to be the artist that you are.
Yeah, I
And if
don't really.
there's nobody, it could be your
I
older.
don't really have nothing. It's all packaged up in one, Like I said, the lifestyle coming up, that really got me going the way I'm going. Otherwise, it wouldn't have no purpose for me really going so hard. I would just be laid back, make a song whenever. And it is what it is. I would be just the average artist not studying the business side as well. So I would say, just the whole lifestyle, family, as well as the artists I work with from then to now, all of that was, the push.
Yes, the drive. Yes. All right. And this is a major question that a lot of artists don't really comprehend. because a lot of artists, they're in the business for the fame, the hype, and the money, and not for the love of
Yeah.
the music. So my question to you would be, would you agree that it's very important to learn and study the craft of this business, not only the practical, but also theoretisch? My Dutch, my English just went away.
I understand. You speak both
The paperwork, the administration side. Sorry, guys, that's just kick in.
I would say you definitely, if you want to take it serious, and that's for most artists at least that want to make money, they gotta study both sides. Because if you see the past artists that was signed all the last 10 years, 20 years, they only now coming out saying how much bad deals they went in, and you wasn't hearing that before. So it's all because they didn't study that. They was just
The hype,
doing
the
it.
fame, and the money.
Yeah, and I understand, but
Yeah,
yeah, if you don't know, you don't know. So it's now this next generation of artists for the next decade to really see those mistakes, study the business as well as just rapping, and know what way you're putting your signature. That's all to it.
yes, because I have done a couple of interview within the past where a lot of artists didn't know about the copyrights and didn't know about the sheets, and even if you put a verse in an artist song and that song went to number
Yeah,
one, that you basically have a right to whatever he earns. A lot of artists doesn't know that, because I have an artist like a couple of months ago, he had made a track for a producer in America, and the producer told him that the song was rubbish and it wasn't doing no good. And lo and behold, there was this white lady came down from Canada, and she's like, "Oh, I finally get to meet you. Your song is booming in Canada and it's making a lot of money." And he's like, "Nah, I don't think so." And then she went online and showed him the graphics, and lo and behold, the song is selling on iTunes for $50, 50 cents. And the producer is making mad money when he thought the song was just in the garbage and that was it, and he didn't know the song was making money. So, and because he didn't sign anything and he didn't know about all the legal works, the song is making
yeah,
money and he's not earning a dime. So he personally called me one away and was like, explain the whole thing to me. I'm like, listen, I don't know too much about the whole entire administration part and the legal part, but what I could tell you as an artist, once you write a song, jump on the beat, even though the beat is not yours, but you put in the lyrics, and the lyrics is what make the song makes money, that shit is yours.
mm,
But because you didn't sign anything, you don't have no right to it. So even now the song is still on iTunes and making money, and he's not getting a dollar. But I'm like, you know what? Now you know. Now you know. Whenever time you write something, jump online, sign up with the I gave him a couple of links that he could sign up on. When
trust,
there's something comes up and he doesn't understand it, he will send me the letter and I will read it and I'll jump online, because I'm not saying I understand everything, because I don't, but I will jump online, read it out, explain to him this is what's going on, and or send it to another artist friend of mine and let them know, all right, this is the letter he got, what's going on, what does it mean? Because again, I don't know
yeah,
a whole lot about the aspect of the depths of the industry. So now,
yeah, yeah,
and now he's getting a lot of response from all over the world, and people want to work with him. And I'm like, kudos to you. Now you can start making money, which he is. And he thanks me
yeah,
every day, like, yo, Mama, thank you very much, guys. I'm not gonna lie, you open my eyes. I'm like, that's what my platform is about. But
yeah.
of course, I run. Of course, Brenda, bring it back. All right. All right, let me ask you this, yeah? As somebody that's been in the business for the last 11 years, 10, 11 years, yeah? 2009
Mhm.
now. Um, what is your accomplishment? What have you accomplished so far?
Well, I would say tens of thousands of streams on Spotify so far. Um, I recently, since September, I was charted on the digital radio trackers global top 150 independent artists. I was charted at number 112. We right now charting still last week at
Nice.
number 180 globally. So it's definitely good to see out of a lot of independent artists that are in the top 150. So
Nice.
um,
Nice.
and besides that, I have, a lot of radio stations picking up on the song right now is averaging about 800 plays weekly throughout America. Besides that, my last video hit over 150,000 views. So that was a new accomplishment as well.
Nice.
And besides that, yeah, just really, I would say the accomplishment as well is learning the business. That was a good feeling for me as well, just knowing I have everything in stack, split sheets, publishing everything,
Yes,
and
yes,
everything
yes,
is done self-made. So no one really can go and tamper with stuff and screw me over or try to blame me with anything.
yes. That's definitely important. Like again, a lot of artists doesn't know about their copyrights of just like I said, it could be just one verse to the song that went number one. You have
Yeah,
rights to whatever income that comes in on that track, on that music, on that single, on that EP, on that album. It could be you just telling the artist what to put on that verse. Actually, your name's supposed to even be on the whole entire project. Even if you're not
yeah,
an artist, it doesn't matter. But a lot of people doesn't know that. But I'm glad that you're an artist that have your head on your body. You basically know the industry and you know what's good and what's not. And I'm proud of that because, like I said, a lot of these young artists doesn't know the business as well because it's all about they want the hype, the fame, the females, and the money that comes with being an artist, and they don't know the paperwork, and that's where a lot of young artists make a mistake, and even the old one from back then, because like you said, from anywhere between 10 to 20 years ago, a lot of these artists, their label is still
yeah.
making money off of these hit songs now, and they got paid already 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, so they ain't got no money coming in no more. And a lot of artists have this, um, they haven't established the money that they deserve. Again, and I hope these upcoming artists just don't think that this industry is all fun and games because it's a cutthroat business. It's a dog eat dog world that
Yeah,
they're venturing in. And if your paperworks are not up or you don't have somebody stable behind you, you will succumb to this business. So as a young
yeah.
artist, I must say kudos to you to having your shit together. Sorry that I have to be so.
No, it's no problem. We got explicit music as well.
It's the truth. It's the truth. So, again, I'm happy you got your head right. And all right, let me ask you this: from you being in Holland, why haven't you been signed to a label, or maybe you have? I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Were you signed to any label? Or have you always been an independent artist? And why did it have to take for you to go back home and achieving more back home than you did while you was in Holland? In Holland, we know it's a big platform. It's bigger than where you are.
Well, yeah, everything in Holland basically is who you know. I mean, that's for other places as well, but um, like for America, for example, you have a lot more DJs who really break records. In the Netherlands, if you go to the club, they're not playing no upcoming artist music, so you don't have no platform other than the basic phonics, and that's a rip off. So,
That's a
you know, you have a lot of other platforms that, you know, push artists, shout out to Barungs, for example. He does a lot for the upcoming artists.
yes.
Um, but ain't too much real ones like him out there. So, um, and like yourself as well, another platform as well for artists. So seeing that and also being in the space of music, not having those opportunities, you have some showcases here, but like I said, they ain't leading you nowhere. So, and then of course they scooping up artists with bad deals. Really, it's nothing really popping. So it wouldn't have been a good look. And me knowing that scene, I was studying the American scene. I didn't even want to get signed away in Holland, really, unless it's a partnership. We talking a good percentage on my end,
Yes,
and they get
yes,
left. Then I would have considered it, not really for the money, because I know the Holland market to me is really more simple than America, because is the teenagers grasp
small-minded.
it easy. There are some dancehall artists I won't call a name, but that ain't dancehall. So knowing that they already established there, it's easy. You know, I wouldn't put it that easy out, but you
Thank
understand what I mean.
you. Thank you for being honest. Thank you for being honest. Thank you for being honest. Because
Yeah,
a lot of artists over here
it is what it is.
swear we're
I
the
mean, we
bomb.
all know how it is. You live there. You listen to the music. You know how the radios is. Radios. I've seen the same artists for the past 20 years since when um, Kaiser and them guys were there. So it's been really the same guys ever. It's only a few came in that new,
Yes,
and yeah, it
yes,
goes back to
yes,
development and the guys that break records. But for me, coming back home, is less opportunities really, but like I say, for me, it's everything overseas.
yes,
I connect with a lot
yes,
of DJs in America who break records, put my music on their mix shows, play it in the clubs. So
yes,
that's me. I ever was getting being in a big country like the Netherlands. So it wouldn't have made a difference if I stayed there as well. But here's back home. The next move is as well go America and show my face there more. So
that's the
yeah,
truth.
it was neat.
Like I had an interview a couple of weeks ago with JD Chris, yeah, and I think he's a dope ass artist together with Mr. Airplane, aka Ritz, yeah, dope ass artist. And my question to him was, why haven't you have that like we would have said in Jamaica that bus? Why haven't you have the establishment as a dope artist within Holland? And like I said, and I will keep on saying it, and I ain't scared to say it because I don't give a shit. Holland is so small minded when it comes to hardcore rap, reggae, dancehall, which they
Yeah,
will they will book a Vibes Cartel and the hardcore
yeah,
artists from Jamaica, and they will feed off of that and make money after that. But when it comes to the artists within Holland themselves, they tend to go for the weaker audience, which not even audience, the weaker
yeah,
artists. And I ain't gonna call no name, which I ain't scared to call no names, but hey, that's not what my program is about. We ain't trying to botch nobody because make your money, boo boo, by all means necessary, make your money. But
yeah,
if you're gonna venture into a rap label, a reggae label, a
mhm,
dancehall label,
yeah,
why not give the artist that's hardcore within your label stuff that you're doing, but you're going to give it to an artist that da 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 da
yeah,
da. Why give them a record label and they're making, I wouldn't say millions, thousands, but you're not going after the artist that would murder him in a freestyle, murder him on stage, and murder him on records. Why they ain't getting a deal? What's going on?
yeah.
What's wrong?
It's all so.
I know the
I,
Dutch label is all commercial. And again, sorry people for the people that don't understand what commercial means. I don't even know the English word, but I ain't worried about that. It's all commercial where it can be played in Europe and not everywhere in Europe, Holland and Belgium and someplace in Germany, and it stops right there. Because Dutch
yeah,
music doesn't go further than over the fence, over the border.
yeah,
Belgium, Germany in certain clubs, and it stops right there. Like there's not a
yeah,
Dutch artist that I can do an interview with that's on top right now. Like Little Kleiner, what's that other one name? I can't even remember some of these people's name. I ain't even gonna call them no nigga because half of them ain't nigga. But I can't do an interview with them because they're basically just all Dutch. They don't even do. They will drop a couple of English words within their song, but it how daarbij op. It's no, I can't
Yeah, yeah,
interview them because my audience pure English. So how can I
yeah, yeah.
interview a Dutch artist that's so-called on top right now when all he sings and rap about is Dutch? It is so small-minded. They don't venture out of the Dutch language. They don't try to be Lord, we can't even explain. I'm confused when it comes to the Dutch artists. But anyways, we ain't even gonna worry about them
They're
because
doing exactly what they gotta do, you know. We just gotta find our own lane and push that, you know. So
and that's exactly what it is. And I would really hope in the future that the Dutch artists, I'm not saying make a whole album in English. That's not what I'm saying. But if you make one or two English songs, I could at least do an interview with you just that one or two songs. Because guess what? That song can be played in England. It could be played in Scotland, and we're talking about the English continent. Scotland,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
England, all of those places. But when you just only, and I'm not saying all Dutch artists are bad because they do have some sick ass Dutch artists, but it's Dutch. Not everybody speak Dutch, but everybody speak
Mhm.
English. Let's be honest, it's just the truth. But
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
I'm not trying to bash no label or bash no artist, but I got my own opinion and I will stick to it until the day I die. I just think Dutch musician and the labels need to broaden their horizon and stop being the bitches that they are. There you go, I said it. But anywho's, I'm gonna just jump back into my questions because I kind of run off real like oh, it's too my bad. But yeah, let me ask you this, yeah. You have your own label, you're an independent artist, you mainly work with your brother that do most of the visual, the picture works and the videos and stuff like that. Um and you don't really have no artist signed to your label as yet because we're putting out in the universe as yet. Is
Mhm.
there an artist within your country that you think you would like to sign to your label that don't have a label themselves, that's not signed to anything? And why haven't you signed them as yet?
Well, for me, I do have some people in mind that I would sign in the long run if they would want to. Uh, but for now, really, is for me to just get myself there,
Let yourself out
test
there.
out
Yes.
and feel out all of the strategies. And once I have that one method that I know I can put an artist in place and really push them from A to Z fully, and also have the budget in place to do so, um, then we're gonna do that. The before that, it was just mainly us testing it out and just working with artists here and there, um, just to see the ambition really and see who really gonna go for the long run. So now that we really invest in money and big money, so you know, now you can't just gamble and just be recording with any and anybody.
True,
They don't
true,
even
true.
understand most of the business terms that we're going to be dealing with. So if we're going to go that route, then we're going to be setting up contracts and we're going to be talking some kind of
Making it
splitting
look
of
good.
product.
Yes, yes. And that's the way you go ahead and do it. And again, like in America, you have these contract that seems like it's it's a death sentence. Sorry that I'm
Yeah,
laughing, but most of these contracts is like you're signing your life away to the devil. Um, if you should be this establishment that becomes big in the future, that have a record label and some sick artists signed to your label, I would hope that you wouldn't be one of those label that the artists feel like they're signing their life away as an upcoming
yeah,
artist that right now yourself, I'm sure you wouldn't want to be signed to a label that you feel like, God damn, I'm stuck to these niggas
yeah,
for the next
yeah,
10, 20 years and I can't even do my own shit because I have to do what the label says. I hope you don't become one of
yeah.
those label, one of those producer, one of those company because you've been there yourself and you know exactly what I'm talking about. But
That's it, you know, anyways. So
I think if you find you a dope ass artist that you think, oh, he could, and again, you're not doing this because it's all fun and games. Sometimes it's about financial standpoint and trying to take care of your family and make sure in the future everybody's good. So it's all fun and game, but when it comes down to the business aspect, you got to make your money
yeah,
regardless. So if you find an artist that you think is dope enough, um, I think you should and that's me. Give them like a 5 year contract because 5 years is like done in no time. And you know, a lot of these are labels, they don't give you the free hand to be the artist that you are. They just feel
Yeah,
like it has to be a commercial, you have to be a commercial artist, so you can't sing certain verses, you can't do anything. And as an artist, I think you would like your artist to be free-handed to write and produce anything they want to produce, because sometimes that's what the audience want to hear. We don't want to hear
yeah,
these sugar-coated rubbish.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We want to hear the raw deal because we're dealing with life.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it is what it is. All right, let me ask you this question real quick. What is your biggest problem you have ever encountered within your journey as a rap artist? What is the biggest problem?
Mm,
It could be a record deal, it could be writer's blockage, it could be basically anything.
I would say really just sometimes not having the budget to make the next move when the opportunity comes, because
Yep.
has been a few things that come to the table, but if you don't have the investment to really make the move the way you want to, then you really got to put on pause.
Yes.
That would be one, and yeah, just not being able maybe to be in the right place at the right time. But yeah, the way I see it, that wouldn't really be one because everything happened for a reason. So
True, true,
I
true.
would say it's the budget really.
Definitely, definitely. All right, I got two more questions for you, and then I'm gonna let you take over the platform. You could go ahead and sing one or two tune if that's what you choose to do. You don't have to, but one of like this is a question that I mostly ask all of the artists every week, any week. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could change anything within the music industry, what would it be and why? And basically you from your own experience and all around. What would you change within this industry and why?
Uh, I would change the way, for example, the collaborators of a song. For example, there's a lot of DJs that help push records but don't get a recognition or the incentives that comes with that. I would make sure they get their cuts as well, respectful, whether it's on a contract split sheet, the way you break it down with the producer. And yeah, find a way for the artist really to get his business, his royalties to him in a more simple way. Because now you have to go to several platforms to really get it done. But I find if maybe although the artists can just do their research, but if we can make it a little more simplified in one space, a one go-to place that everything is done there,
Yeah.
then yeah, that would take away a lot of the problems.
Okay, that's something that you will change within the business, but what changes have you made for yourself within the industry, or what difficulty have you faced between then and now that you're like, you know what, this is not what I want and this is not what I'm about?
That's a good one. I would say challenges facing. Yeah, that would definitely go back to the budget. Really, not
Yeah,
not
yeah,
having a budget like not really major label, but just enough to really get you to that next major label situation, or maybe the right connections. We get in there gradually, but in the beginning, it was really a stumbling block because, like I say, in the Netherlands, you don't have those go-to persons that you could really say, hey, let's help me get to that next level.
yes,
Just help me get to the next label there, and that's it.
it's true.
You know,
True. That's
that's it.
definitely
So
true.
that's the main biggest challenge. So now that we got that bit more figured out, is really working towards making that move.
Okay, I appreciate that answer. I most definitely I get it. I get it. And I'm not trying to even go off topic because like I said, when it comes to certain things, it's a conversation that can go on and on. And I don't want to feel like
Yeah,
a politician tonight. I don't.
exactly.
All right. What's next in line for you? What do you have any new songs that you're working on, a new album, a new EP? What's next in line?
Yeah, I have several songs put together right now since I last dropped my latest single, Street Code, which is on YouTube and all streaming platforms. Um, I have like at least a good 20 songs just there ready, which
Yeah,
I will be dropping them in singles because I don't really plan to drop like an album, maybe an EP coming up next, but it's mainly singles and just keep building up the fan base as we go, you know. So it's gonna be a lot of singles dropping, especially next year for sure, because we still closing out with this single right now, Street Code. So it's mainly singles, a lot more videos here and there, some remixes from some popular songs, mainly in that direction.
definitely, definitely understand that. All right, we're basically um come to an end of the questions that I wanted us to ask. I even went and add a little more questions too because we already answered the first 15, and we had like
Yeah.
15 more to that. If you could really think that you answered actually 30 questions. But it went smooth, and I like this interview because it's educational for the upcoming artists within this industry that they kind of, I'm not saying study the whole thing because you can never stop studying when it comes to music because music it
Yeah.
doesn't stop where it starts, but study the depths of the contracts, who you're signing with, what are you signing, how much years do you sign with a company, what advance do you have when you sign to the company, are you allowed to make your own songs, do you have to go what the labels say, just those basic
Yeah.
stuff that a lot of these upcoming artists don't know and don't get and don't understand because they're all so happy that they're signed to a label, especially a label with a big name. They're already happy, like, and again, a lot of these artists that sign to a big label, yes, you get the financial support and the promotion from that big label, and yes, you get a car and you get the bigger bank account and you get the house, but your life is so, what is beperkt? Your life is so limited.
Yeah.
You're so
Limited.
limited of what you want to do. You could be an artist that got so much inside of you, but you gotta hold it in because guess what? You're signed to a label. And yes, you're driving a big car and you got a big house and you got the money in the account, but you're miserable as hell. And I think
Yeah.
that's where a lot of artists, because they're so confined to the label that they don't get to be them and be as great as they think they could be and they are, that some of them turn to drugs and as you could see within the industry there's a lot of overdose going on. I don't know what's going on with all these little young black boys that everybody doing drugs and overdosing and who's not getting shot, you're
Yeah.
overdosing, like what's going on.
It's
um
still there right now.
it's serious within the industry, especially for my little black kings and princes
Yeah.
that if they're not being gunned down, they're literally dying from some mixture cocktail of drugs. And it's like, what's going on
Yeah.
with you? Why you gotta take it so far? One split drink to lick and call it a deal. Why you gotta be mixing a whole bunch of Xanax and all that killer drugs and before you know, you're just dead and your career is done. Yeah, you put out some dope track, but you're dead as a doorknob.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, what's going on? Is because I think they're actually sad and they're confounded to this label and they feel like I'm stuck to this label for the next 10, 15 years and I can't be creative as much as I want to be. And this is my opinion, of course. And I think but I know what I'm talking about because it is the truth because I've spoken to a lot of artists that feel like they're stuck and can't move and they can't be as creative as they want to be. And
Yeah.
that's where the younger generation needs to like eyes on the prize and ears to the ground and stop signing to any record label because you're getting signed to a label. Not every label is
Yeah.
good for your health. Put it that way. Couldn't have said it better.
Exactly.
Not every label is good for your health. You might end up coming suicide or some shit or be stuck on drugs. But anyway,
Yeah.
Twizzle, I'm going to go ahead and give you the floor so you could go ahead and rap to tune if you want. You don't have to. You don't have to disclose anything that you have going on. That's not what this platform is about. You could keep your shit together if you don't want to let the world know what you're doing, if you're busy with a new project or whatever. But what you could do is let them know on what platform they could find you on. Of course, definitely IG and stock up top on the little pile that's up top beside the live. You could click on it and then you could go ahead and follow the artist and you could just let them know in what platform you are. So the floor is yours.
Well, I would play one little unreleased song for you guys. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna let you guys know the socials where you can follow me. My website is officialtwizzle.com. You can find all the music videos there, all my singles that I release on all the streaming platforms from SoundCloud to Spotify, Apple Music, you name it. Social media handles is Twizzle_DSM. That's on Instagram and Twitter. And on Facebook, you could just find me under Twizzle, TWIZZLE. You're going to find me there. Stay connected. I post almost daily. And on the label page is Darkside_Music. That's on Instagram and Twitter. Music with a Z. So yeah, there's the social media platforms you can find me on.
Could you give them the correct spelling for the label profile?
Sorry?
Could you give them the correct spelling for the label? Or you could go ahead and tag it in here. How the hell?
Oh, I tagged it before, but it's DARKSIDE_MUZIK. That's where you're gonna find the label page.
Yeah, I just tagged it. I just tagged
as well. Yeah. Thanks for that.
No problem.
So yeah, I'm gonna play one of the unreleased singles I have here.
Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, shout out my producer AR Beats. We don't have this one out as yet. It's featuring a St. Martin artist called Billy Hush. I have several tracks out with him already.
Okay, nice.
The song is called Always a Problem. You could drop a thumbs up if the music loud enough. There's always a problem. And keeping it real. And keeping it real. There's always a problem when it comes to holding it on and keeping it real. And keeping it real. Always be the one to wanna catch it, but back it up. Anything I say, I got somebody that can talk for that. Always be the one to say, no cap, that ain't capping up. Always say they got your back and they better to back it up. When you hear me speak it, just believe I could back it up. If I call you my brother, I'ma back it up. When you hear me speak it, just believe I could back it up. If I call you my brother, I'ma back it up. Next week, please, if you caught my attention. Cause I don't say it too much. Don't switch anything, I don't say it too much. Can't see my pain, you ain't pay enough. Can't see the vision, you never see the thumping. If I gotta see you on that dumb shit, then I'm lucky. Your time is money, better learn how to invest. Many niggas only care about it. I to get it on my own, have to learn to invest. From the gold rock, I swear to this for my mother. God bless the rock, don't be up in the Netherlands. Moving in the system, so you gotta really watch your friends fall. I'm associate, study, I bring something to the table, or you said no. Gotta count them up, 50 only bottles, never on the same lady, I was taking a route. There's always a problem, when it comes to holding it down and keeping it real, and keeping it real. There's always a problem, when it comes to holding it down and keeping it real, and keeping it real. Always be the ones that wanna catch up, back it up. Anything I say, I have somebody that can fuck for that. Always be the ones that say, look, I got me capping up. Always say they got your back and never there to back it up. When you hear me speak it, just believe I will back it up. If I call you my brother, I'ma back it up. When you hear me speak it, just believe I will back it up. If I call you my brother, I'ma back it up. Listen to the beat, we live. Ain't nobody out there beating big. See, I ain't know my damn y'all was feeling. Still ain't move like ain't the feeling. I ain't know my top behind your back. We ain't hush like night and still can't quit cause they have these see. What's real to you ain't real to me. Spread my wings and take flight. These drugs don't make this a great night. Knock out there, my like gray skies. Yeah, good if you want to say like no, I don't feel like talking about the thing that's in my closet. And I do not participate when people start to gossip. There's always a problem. I ain't begging no pardon. Let the cops right solve it. When we perform it, this feeling we all in. Took a charge like I'm balling. To the ground was falling. For the team I was on it. Sparking, trying to be daunted. A shot from on. But still, there's always a problem. Always a problem. When it comes to holding it down and keeping it real. And keeping it real. There's always a problem. Always a problem. When it comes to holding it down and keeping it real. And keeping it real. We don't want to put a chat up and you know, everything is here, there's somebody that about that. We don't want to say no cap, that I'm always here to got your back and you did it back it up. When you hear me speak it, let me I will back it up. If I call you my brother, I'ma back it up. When you hear me speak it, let me I will back it up. If I call you my brother, I'ma back it up. Yeah, so that was an unreleased tune there. Like I say, shout out my producer, AR Beats. We're gonna bring this one out soon, but you guys get a quick preview there.
Definitely,
Hope you enjoyed it.
definitely. I most definitely enjoyed. I must say, as you know, my favorite song is the
Sacrifices.
Sacrifices, of course, because it's relatable. Um, Sometimes you go through certain things in life that makes us feel like we're sacrificing a whole lot of shit just to get to where we are. But Twizzle, we have come to the end of this interview. I just want to say thank you very much for being on NetGen 2021. It's a pleasure to have you on here. We most definitely going I'm gonna have you back on this platform in the future. So anything you have going on, like promotion wise, and your EP, your album, single, anything, you know, you could drop it to me and I'll promote the hell out of it on this platform, of course. I got several pages, but one of them, like on IG, is my personal page. I think I follow you on that one. I don't normally follow all the artists on my private page because I feel that's like more friends and family, and I'm more free in that one. And this one is more like business. But
I feel you.
I think you're a dope artist that, again, Europe, Holland, not even say Europe because Europe is big. Because in England you got some sick ass artists, and I have some sick ass artists from England in the pipeline that's already booked in and ready to do interviews with me. Because again, they're not established within Holland. Because Holland is it's beperkt toch? It's kind of like if you're not yeah. People, I don't know what's wrong with you with this Dutch tonight, but sometimes I can't find the proper English words. So don't pay me no mind.
They doing what they gotta do, you know. It's working for them, so.
So even though they're established within the UK and even American people know them, Holland, like again, they're stick to the Dutch music, and unless you're a English artist or somebody that like to listen to English rap, so you will venture over into England as much as you will in America. So you will know the artist that's already like upcoming and known to the business.
Yeah.
If not, you could be sick in your country, but nobody knows you in Holland. It's just the truth. If you went like with Steph London and the Stormzy and you know those big names, nobody don't know you. Especially over this side of the world. So I got some artists that's already booked in to do interviews with me. They're like the sickest in their community, like Dula, aka Life Bra for Mr. Bra for himself. And then you have Charms them, a bunch of people that are Ash. The list goes on and on, which I've already have a couple of those names that I call already. But these are dudes that they're like the shit in England. They're like the ish in their own community and within the whole entire London genre. So it's like, okay, cool. We have those coming, and I have a couple of them because I had an interview a couple of weeks ago, but I had to cancel it because my best friend, their father died, and you know how that goes. It was a bit emotional. I couldn't do no interview for the first. He died on a Friday, so I couldn't do no interview on a Saturday, even if I wanted to, because my heart was broken as fuck. Because I know this man for over 30 years, and then the other week was the funeral, so you know I had to cancel everything. So apart from that, everything is good. We're back on track. Again, thank you for doing this interview with me because I just
Yeah,
basically sent you the mail this week. And you
yeah,
answered
yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Yeah, I'm ready to do it. I'm cool doing the interview." I'm like, "Yeah, it's cool. Let's do it." So again, thank you very much for being
yeah,
on this platform. It was a pleasure having you over here. Again, we will definitely do some more interviews within the future because music doesn't
for
stop.
sure,
It
for
doesn't stop
sure.
at one album. It doesn't stop at one single or an EP. Once you got something out new, drop it in my DM. You got my WhatsApp and you got both on my WhatsApp, I think. So you could just basically just drop anything you want to drop in my DM or on the WhatsApp. I will promote the hell out of it because this is what my platform is about, promotion, promotion. And I would definitely like to do some
Okay.
more interview with you in the future. Keep on doing what you're doing. I'm happy that you're an artist that your brains is working. Sorry
Yeah,
that I
yeah,
put it that
yeah,
way, but you know what you want and what you don't want, and you know the business, and you're established within how the business run, and keep on doing what you're doing. Like I say, you will get to where you need to go. I wish you all the best with whatever you have working in the States. Because we don't know America is this big platform with some of the best rap artists. So you gotta come hard. Come
yeah,
hard, my G, like my guy, come hard. Come harder than most of
for sure.
I was gonna say J. Cole, but ain't nobody can go as hard as my dude J. Cole. But if you're gonna come hard, come hard. Do your thing. Thank you very
Yeah,
much for being on Net Jam 2021. I wish you all the best and all the success with your record label, which is People is Dark. What was it again? I know it's something dark.
side music,
My bad.
dark side music.
So again, I wish you all the best with that. Keep on doing what you're doing. And like I said, if you're going to sign anybody to your label, don't be one of those record label that the people then feel like they're signing a death sentence. And you can't go wrong on that. And if you're going
For
to
sure,
sign
sure.
anybody to your label, make sure within your heart of heart they are the best and they will generate money within your business because at the end of the day you have to take care of your family. You got
Yeah,
to take care of yourself. You make sure your future is secure. And I don't have to tell you about the business side because you got that luck. So again, thank you very much. I wish you all the best. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Be blessed. And that's it. We're done. So yeah, you could go ahead and bless up who
yeah,
you want to bless up, and yeah, just give a little bit of shout out to your own people, and then we're done.
for sure.
You're
Thanks again for being on the show.
welcome. You're welcome.
You're welcome. Take care. Bless up everybody. You don't know.
Yes, thanks everybody for being on the live and sticking with us and checking out this interview. It was like I said, it's very educational and for the upcoming artists, do y'all do diligence, do your homework, study the business, know what you're getting into before you sign with any label because you could literally be signing your soul away, and that's not what we're here for. Um,
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
But anyway, Twizzle, again, thank you very much. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe, be good, be true to yourself, and never change for nobody, and just do you. And you can never go wrong. And that's it.
Alright.
So thank you
Thanks a
very
lot.
much.
Same to you. Take
Enjoy
care.
your weekend.
Good
Have
night.
a blessed night. What time is it over your side? Because it's like 12 o'clock here, so
It's
it's
now
like 6 for you.
6:21.
Okay, so enjoy the rest of your night. And yeah, man, stay blessed. And we'll most
Bless,
definitely
bless.
link up with in the future and doing some more interviews and stuff like that. Like I said, anything you got new going on, just hit me up in the DMs or in the WhatsApp, and I'll take it from there. So again,
All right.
bless. Peace. I'm out.